1949, January 6, 2020. Stand for the pledge.
I pledge
Flag of the United States of America, to the republic, and one nation, God, liberty, and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Brown,
Here.
Herbie.
Here.
Holt.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Moore.
Here.
Nuss.
Here.
Sylvester.
Here.
The record show everybody's present. Second item on the agenda is minutes. Everybody would have gotten a copy of it. Are there any additions or corrections for the minute? Hearing none. Item 3 is presentations. We have no presentations for tonight. We move then to item 4, communications from the public. This is the time for citizens to comment on matters before council or ask questions of concerns to them. When recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council meetings are tape recorded for ease of transcription. Comments are limited to 5 minutes. Is there anyone from the public who would like to address the council? Being no one, we will move to item number 5, reports of standing committees. First of those would be Public Improvements and Facilities, Sylvester.
Well, at this time, I do not have a written report, but do want to bring attention to council manager to question the activities that's taking place on Hellsworth and Smiley. There's been a demolition of destruction of the elementary school building. It's really all cleared off, and that property is completely removed of that building. I've had several residents to question me about it, and haven't been able to just speak clearly on what was actually taking place.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for Mr. Sylvester? Hearing none, Mr. Sylvester, I have no items on the agenda for you for next Monday's meeting. Do you have anything to add?
I've made a communication to the city manager to meet and to detail areas of the committee and responsible persons that I should be engaged with to kind of move things forward on the projects that's involved with the city for the 2020 year.
Thank you, sir. Next committee report, Public Safety, Councilwoman Nuss.
I don't have a report at this time. In response to Councilman Sylvester, the demolition, I live in H as well, and that is the school property that's owned, and so part of the work that they're doing there, they had to tear it down, and it was in really, really bad shape, and a lot of broken glass and things like that could have hurt the children and stuff. So good thing that they're actually getting rid of that property. In terms of anything else, just want to wish everyone a happy holiday and send my condolences to the Dunlap for their recent loss and appreciation of the service of that officer.
Thank you. Any questions for Councilwoman Nuss? Councilwoman Nuss, I have no items on the agenda for you for the work session. Do you have anything to add?
I do not, Mr. Mayor.
Next committee, Ways and Means, Councilwoman Herbie.
I have no report at this time.
Questions for Councilwoman Herbie? Hearing none. Councilwoman Herbie, I have 3 items on the agenda for the work session for you: the police union contract, salary resolution, and reappropriations ordinance. Do you have anything to add?
No, I don't.
Thank you. Next committee report is Community Development, Councilwoman Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to extend a Happy New Year to the residents. And also I want to thank the Woodinwood School District in their support in helping the We Thrive Forest Park receive a $1,000 matching fund from Interact for Health. And so we're very fortunate to have such a supportive school district, and so I just want to thank them, and also Interact for Health for continuing to coach us in order for us to sustain our programming here in the city of Forest Park to make sure that our residents are healthy. And so we receive large amount of funding from Interact for Health, and so we really appreciate their partnership.
Thank you. Any questions for Councilwoman Moore? Hearing none, Councilwoman Moore, have only 1 item on the agenda for you, and that would be an update or report on the grass cutting lanes. Do you have anything to add?
No, I do not.
Next committee report is Law Committee. Mr. Brown.
I have no reports at this time.
Questions for Mr. Brown? Hearing none. Mr. Brown, I have no items for you. Do you have any to add?
No.
Next report is Human Resources Committee, Councilwoman Holt.
I do not have a Human Resource Committee report tonight, but I would like to wish all of the citizens of Forest Park a Happy New Year. That will end my report.
Thank you. Any questions for Councilwoman Holt? Hearing none. Councilwoman Holt, I have no items for you. Do you have any to add?
No.
Next report is Intergovernmental Relations and Communication. That's my committee. I have no report. I'll answer any questions if there are any. Hearing none, there is one item on the agenda for the work session, the Rules of Council review. This is This is a review that we probably should have been doing more often. I think the last time we did this would have been 2007, I believe. So it is way past time that we took a look at these. So for the work session next Monday, I would ask you to look at and bring two things with you. One being obviously the charter, and the second one being that attachment that you were given when you were given your charter by clerk of council. It's been a lot of years, so you may have lost it, but it's called Rule of Council, so if you don't have it, Sally will make sure that everybody gets it. That would end my report. I'll answer any questions if there are any. Now we move to item number 6, the mayor's report. Like everybody else, I hope first and foremost that everybody have had up to now a safe, fun holiday season. And hopefully we can continue that safety through the new year. And so that would end my report unless there are questions. Hearing none, we go to item number 7, the city manager's report. Mr. Jones.
Yes, thank you. And I would echo the comments from the council members that hopefully everyone had a nice, safe, and happy holiday. And we're looking forward to a very successful 2020 for the city. I keep my report short and sweet. On the 14th, I'll be at the Chamber of Commerce meeting. They'll be having their January meeting, and we'll be discussing a State of the City address that we'll be talking about with them, and invite anyone that's the council members, I'm sure, would be welcome at that meeting. We also have the police contract that the police have passed the contract that we proposed to them, and that'll be coming up at the next council work session, so we'll be discussing that. We're glad to put that behind us and look forward to moving forward with the police department. The departmental reports are on file. Our year-end reports will be coming shortly, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to address them.
Questions for the city manager? Hearing none, thank you, sir. We will move to item number 8, other reports. The first of those being the law director, Mr. Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since the last council meeting, I've been working on a very detailed and voluminous records request made to the police department, and we hope to have that wrapped up by Wednesday for presentation to the requester. And also, it is at my request, we have a executive session this evening because of a threatening lawsuit letter that I have received as law director for the city of Forest Park. Other than that, I have nothing else to report.
Questions for the law director? Hearing none, thank you, sir. Next report is clerk of council report, Mr. Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that ordinance numbers 29-2019 through 34-2019 and resolution numbers 46-2019 and 47-2019 were posted as required. And that concludes my report.
Any questions for clerk of council? Hearing none, thank you. We will move then to item number 9, new business. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read resolution number 01-2020 by title only.
Second.
It's Been moved and second that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read Resolution 01-2020 by title only. Is there any discussion?
Just that this was posted as required.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend the rules?
Brown,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Sylvester.
Yes.
the motion to suspend passes 7-0. We'll move to item A, resolution number 01-2020. Would the clerk please read this resolution by title only?
Resolution number 01-2020, a resolution authorizing the city manager to expend municipal funds for the purpose of benevolent expenses in the case of death of an employee, employee's family, or certain volunteers.
Is there a motion? Councilwoman Holt.
I move for adoption of resolution number 01-2020.
Second?
Been moved and second that we adopt resolution 01-2020. Is there any discussion?
Many years ago, council passed a resolution authorizing the expenditure of municipal funds for flowers or charitable contribution in the event of death of a Forest Park employee, the employee's immediate family, and certain volunteers as defined, as defined in the resolution. The last resolution regarding this item was passed by council in 2008, and currently the amount is $75. And because, like everything else, have gone up, they're recommending that the amount be changed from $75 to $100. And with that, I urge adoption of resolution number 0-2020.
Is there any further discussions? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on resolution 01-2020?
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes,
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Sylvester, Brown.
Yes.
resolution 01-2020 passes 7-0. Next item, item B, resolution number 02-2020. Would the clerk please read this resolution in full?
Resolution number 02-2020, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with ProSource to provide copier equipment and service. Whereas the city currently has a contract with ProSource to provide 7 copiers and with service and provide 7 managed printers, including managed print service for 11 total printers for various departments, including finance, police, administration, fire, and community development. And whereas the city's current ProSource contract ends on February 7th, 2020, and whereas the city has reached and received proposals from 6 different equipment providers, all of which are registered on the state of Ohio bid list, including ProSource. And whereas after detailed research and on-site visits, the city has concluded that the best and most responsible contract arrangement is with ProSource. And whereas the city is entering into the contract in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code, Section 307.86B2, as an exception to the competitive bidding process, and whereas the agreed contract amount of $45,480 or $758 per month for the 5-year lease represents a lease reduction of $843.71 per month. The monthly service with ProSource will vary based on our print volume, but the lower cost per page service rates should save approximately $145 per month based on our normal monthly volumes. Now therefore be resolved by the Council of the City of Forest Park, Ohio, Section 1, that the city manager is hereby authorized to accept the proposal as outlined in Exhibit A, attached hereto and made a part of this resolution, and to execute any necessary agreements with ProSource to provide 7 copiers, 7 printers for a 5-year lease of $45,480, including monthly printing and copy service for the city of Forest Park of approximately $570.55 per month. based on our historical print volumes, totaling approximately $34,233 over the 5-year period. Section 2. This resolution shall be in full force and take effect from and after its passage.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 02-2020.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 02-2020. Is there any discussion?
No, the reading was self-explanatory.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on Resolution 02-2020?
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
Resolution 02-2020 passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda, item C, is a motion. Mr. Brown.
Yes, I would move that motion to direct the clerk of council to notify the Ohio Department of Liquor Control that the city of Forest Park does not request a hearing regarding a new liquor license to DVRV Banquets, LLC, doing business as Crystal Room Banquet Hall at 11440 Sebring Drive and Patio, Forest Park, Ohio, 45240.
Been moved and seconded that we adopt the motion not requesting a hearing for a new liquor license. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item D. Councilwoman Holt.
I would like to make a motion to convene an executive session to discuss threatened litigation and engage in privileged attorney-client communication.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we would convene into executive session regarding a situation that requires privileged attorney-client communications. Is there any discussion?
None.
All those in favor of the motion, let it be known by, this is a roll call, I'm sorry. Would the clerk please call the roll on the motion for executive session?
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Sylvester,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
At this time, we will go into executive session to be addressed by our the city attorney. When we come back, there will be no official business that takes place and no voting in the executive session. When we return, there will be a motion made to adjourn the executive session and return to the regular session, at which time we will conclude the business of the regular meeting. So at this time, we are going into executive session right in the room right behind us.